Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 11 of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. Now, as always, each and every week we have a quick look back at how well we got on last week in week 10. Nathan, how'd you get on?
So last week I had a disastrous week. I had 5.5 points with no perfect results. Brilliant.
Yeah, but it's better than me. I only came away with 4 points, which was atrocious on my side. But top scorers last week, as we can see now on the screen, was A Quiver, Sifika Safar 2761 and Maka 03. Each of those guys came away with 12 points. Aquava and Maka 03 gain the yellow cap there though. So how does that affect the overall leaderboard? Well, now H Troy is at the top of that leaderboard, currently on 100 points, 1 point ahead of HughZ97, who was top of the leaderboard last week. So H Troy, let's just have a quick look at H Troy's info. It's Henry Troy from Japan. I think he's a West Ham fan, I believe. Yes, he is. And last week he came away with, was that 5 correct results and 5 losses, but it does see him reach the top of the league for now. Nathan, I believe you're currently on 82 points. Absolutely, all the way down terrible. In 42nd position there, down a couple of places from last time out, and I'm on 84.5 points. And where am I? There I am, in 35th position. A couple of people there. The man, the myth, the legend, of course. 10 Step is there in 29th. The Full 90 is in 27th. Ferris 77 in 20th. Jimmy Hamer in 16th. Yowform VAP, been playing for a few years now, in 10th position, all the way up to H Troy, of course. That is enough of week 10. Let's move on now and make the predictions for week 11.
Always good to see Humming Son at the end of that picture. But anyway, first up on Friday, 8 o'clock, we have Southampton versus Aston Villa. Now, last time around, Villa losing 4-1 to West Ham, absolutely dire. And then Southampton slowly creeping up the table, did win last time around, 1-0 win against Watford, but they have had a pretty easy run as of late. To be honest, Villa have been dropping down the table like a stone, can't bag a win anywhere, so really I should be backing Southampton for this one, but I just don't know somehow, considering some of the matches that Southampton have been playing, so I'm probably going to go for a stalemate 1-1.
Yeah, I agree, Nathan, kind of. Southampton running into a little bit of form now, up to 14th position, only losing 2 in their last 6 matches and 2 wins out of their last 3. Villa, as you said, dropping like a stone now, 4 defeats on the trot, but they do seem to be scoring goals. So I expect, like last week where they got a goal against West Ham, I fully expect them to score away against Southampton, but I think Southampton, decent enough form. I think they'll just edge it at home on Friday evening, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Saints. Moving on to the first of Saturday fixtures, we've got the Manchester Derby taking place at 12:30. And usually this is on Sky at lunchtime. Yeah. Normally it's on BT Sport, isn't it? But yeah, Manchester Derby, Man United actually bouncing back with a victory against, well, was it really surprising against Spurs, who've now sacked Nuno, of course, and Crystal Palace going to Manchester City and carving out a 2-0 away victory. So who do we go in this one? Well, last year, in this fixture, it ended 0-0, but I think there's going to be lots of goals in this one. Both teams have got a lot of attacking talent, and that Manchester United, the rear guard is terrible, isn't it? Even though that they did keep a clean sheet against Spurs. Man City, surely they're not going to lose 2 matches on the trot. Gained 3 wins in the last 6 matches, so I think they will bounce back. There's no way they're going to lose this match, even though they didn't get a victory in the Manchester Derby last season. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 away victory to the Citizens.
Interesting. I'm going to go for there's going to be a lot of goals, but not from Man United. 3-0 Man City. Yeah. No more said. No, continually tipping Manchester United to lose then. Continually tipping Manchester United to lose, and honestly, is there anyone out there who is Ollie in? And if there is, I want to know your reasons. because
in the comment section,
in the comment section, guys, for that one. There will
maybe there's some Liverpool fans who want it.
Yeah, I imagine there will be. So, but anyway, moving on. Next, we've got the first of 3 o'clocks. Brentford, Norwich. Now, Norwich. Where do we start? Honestly, that team lineup is weak as anything. One of the only matches that they were able to win this season, they go and lose against Leeds, and with the way that Leeds been playing recently, no surprise. Well, that's quite a surprise there, but they still won't sack Daniel Farke, even though, well, with the way what he's doing with that squad is pretty good, but at the end of the day, it's still shocking. Coming up against the Brentford team, well, they have slightly dipped a little bit, but they have had a difficult run. Chelsea, Leicester, and, well, Burnley. They should have probably tried against Burnley at least, but yeah, they're going to destroy Norwich. I'm going to go for 2-0.
2-0, that's a destroying, is it?
It is.
I'm going to go for the same goal difference, but I expect Brentford to actually get one more goal, so I'm going to go for 3-1 in this fixture. I think Brentford will bounce back against Norwich. Norwich's defence all over the place. I think they've conceded 25 goals in 10 games. That's like two a game, 2.5 or something like that. So
that's also a Premier League record, and also for 10 games in, only having 2 points. Bearing in mind, Derby at this stage had 5, which was the lowest at the time. So that's not good.
No, what is Delia Smith thinking in that boardroom?
Too much wine.
Yeah, probably. Well, you said it, not me. I think, Brentford's going to come away with a 3-1 victory. They're going to have to bounce back. Attacking wise, going forward, very good, but 3 losses on the spin now for the Bees. I think they will 3-1. Next up, then, we've got Chelsea coming up against Burnley. Chelsea, a juggernaut of a side at the moment. I think they're in Europe tonight or tomorrow, aren't they? Winning 5 out of their last 6 last weekend. A very good victory against Newcastle, although Newcastle are all over the place at the moment. Prior to that, they beat Norwich 7-0. So that's 10 goals in their last 2 fixtures. Can't see them conceding against Burnley, who did have a very their first victory of the season against Norwich. I'm going to go for a straightforward 2-0 victory to Chelsea to repeat the same scoreline of the same fixture last season.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea as well. They're going to be able to grind out a sensible result in this one. Can't see Burnley doing much here, but they're going to have to really push to get a win on the board at some point. Next, I've got Palace versus Wolves. Now, Palace absolutely superb against Manchester City, 2-0 victors, but they're coming up against a Wolves side
who climbing the table.
I mean, 5, well, unbeaten in 5, 4 wins out of 5 as well. Very, very good. Have had fairly easy fixtures as of late, though. So I don't really know where to stand on that one, even though there's not many easy fixtures in the Prem. But you know what I mean anyway. But yeah, coming up against Palace, they're going to want to keep that momentum going, and I'm going to say 2-1 to the Eagles.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tight match. Wolverhampton have really turned around their fortunes since that really bad start, you could say. 4 victories in their last 5 matches. But Crystal Palace going away to Manchester City, and he did really look good, especially Gallagher. Looked absolutely amazing. His finish for that second goal, I think it was the second one, was absolutely superb. Palace, it was only their first victory in the last 5 fixtures. Wolves only 1 clean sheet in their last 6 fixtures as well, I believe. So it's going to be tight. I'm going to go for because it's at Sellers Park, I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Eagles. Next up on BT Sport at 5:30, and usually being on BT Sport on a Saturday tea time, we've got Brighton against Newcastle. Brighton going away against Liverpool last weekend, coming back from, I think it was 2-0 down to come back to 2-2. And Newcastle now haven't actually won in the Premier League this season.
One of only 2 sides.
There's only one worse team, and you know what that is. It's Norwich, the Canaries. So Newcastle, if they really want to stay in the Premier League this season, they really need to start picking up points. And there's potential for points there at Brighton, but Brighton currently in 8th position, playing really well. I fully expect Brighton to win this one. I don't think there's going to be many goals because Newcastle really need to start showing at defence. So I'm going to go to 1-0 to the Seagulls.
Yeah, I mean, goals against 23. That's only 2 less than Norwich, which is absolutely shocking. But the thing is, 11. So 11 goals for. So yes, they need to score more, but at the same time, their defence is leaky as anything. But still managerless as well.
They've actually scored the same amount of goals as Brighton. Brighton are finding it hard to score. But they've got a fairly solid defence.
Yeah, but that's what you get with possession merchant hippie football at the end of the day. But moving on, Brighton. It's difficult. I think they're going to dominate the XG, as the football hipsters will love it. Newcastle are going to struggle to defend against them. It'll probably be something like 75% possession to the Seagulls, and I'm going to go for 2-0 Brighton. Next up, we've got Arsenal against Watford. Now, Arsenal picking up a run of form, unbeaten in 6, beating Leicester 2-0. Aaron Ramsdale, what a save. That is going to be a save of the season by far. Put out a decent performance. Leicester just couldn't have a reply to it, really. But, coming up against a Watford side, 16th in the table, up and down, you don't know what you're going to get from Watford. You're going to get a 5-0 smashing or a 5-0 win with Ranieri in charge. Who knows at the end of the day, but difficult. I think Arsenal will just sneak a goal in somehow, so 1-0.
Yeah, as you say, Watford all over the place, topsy-turvy team, aren't they? They could smash in 5, concede 5. Arsenal seems to have turned a bit of a corner now. Arteta, nobody's really talking about him losing his job at the moment or anything.
Crazy.
Arsenal fans are happy. Arteta, Ramsdale in goals looks to be a fan's favourite. The fans are really taken to him. I think it's going to be a straightforward victory in the end for the Gunners. So I'm going to go for a 2-0. Next on Sunday, we've got Everton coming up against Spurs. This is probably the most difficult match to predict of the weekend. Everton all over the place. Now, where are they in the table? They've probably, they're in 10th, slap bang in the middle, but they are on a 3-game losing streak.
1 win in 6.
Spurs themselves are dropping. They've lost 4 in the last 6. 2 matches either side of 2 victories against Villa and Newcastle. But,
look at where they are in the league, though.
Beat them. So this is difficult. Do I go for a Toffees win? No, I'm going to sit on the fence, get a splinter, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think they're going to cancel each other out with their current ineptitudes.
I think it's going to be a new manager bounce, to be honest, with Antonio Conte being in charge, of course. I'm going to go 2-1 to Spurs. Now, I said this on World of Football, but I think initially, for maybe a year or two, that Conte is a good decision, but moving forward, I don't think he's a good long-term option to Spurs. Make sure to check that on.
He probably will have an impact as soon as he goes in there. Maybe I should have changed my decision. No, but I'm going to stick with my original one anyway.
Interesting. Next up, we've got Leeds versus Leicester. Now, Leeds not in a good run of form at the moment. Patchy as anything, but poor starts the season. But I don't know whether they're turning around or not, looking at some of the teams they played recently, and they should have got a lot more points than they should have. 2-1 against Norwich was lucky. Drawing against Wolves should have won that. Losing to Southampton probably should have won. Beating Watford, fair enough. And then losing to West Ham, who we all know has been superb recently, and coming up against the Leicester side, who've been struggling a little bit recently as well, but wins against Brentford, Man United, draws against Palace and Burnley are quite good as well, but losing against Arsenal, not so good. Difficult this one, but I think Leeds' leaky defence is going to leak again, so I'm going to go for 3-1 to Leicester.
Yeah, this game is going to be gung-ho. You're going to both strike forces are going to be going for it, so it's going to be an open game. You should see lots of goals, and with Leicester, they don't seem to lose more than 1 game on the bounce. They know Brendan Rodgers normally tactically he'll get them playing. I'm not sure Leicester probably in European action this week as well, whether that'll be a hindrance to them or not. I do see Leeds scoring this one, but I do see Leicester scoring more than Leeds, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory to the Foxes. And finally, the last match of this week and before the international break is West Ham against Liverpool. Now, West Ham banging form, 3 wins on the bounce. Liverpool
good in Europe as well.
Good form as well. Although they did let slip that lead against Brighton last time out. I think with West Ham, in their 5 matches they played at home, they've only actually won 2 of them. Interesting fact there. And Liverpool, of their 4 away matches this season, they've had 3 wins and 3 clean sheets. So Liverpool excellent away from home.
Really good.
So it's going to be a great match, a really good game, this one. Probably the game of the weekend, unless you know, if you're a Mancunian going for that Manchester United Manchester City match. So I think it's going to be tight, but I think Liverpool's away form and the way they do play away from home is going to upset West Ham. I was thinking of a West Ham victory in this one, but I'm actually going to go for Liverpool. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory.
To be honest, I think they're going to cancel each other out. Both of them attacks are going to work. Liverpool, I can see a bit of vulnerability in defence there, especially Van Dijk coming back from that really nasty injury. But as we've seen, especially as Cardiff fans with Sol Bamba, it just takes it out of the player. But with West Ham's form, they're absolutely steamrolling at the moment. Loads of confidence.
Yeah, Declan Rice is really good at the moment.
Desmond's in this one, 2-2.
Fantastic. So that concludes our predictions for week 11 of the 2021-2022 season. As usual, if you want to play along at home, then make sure you go over to Subaru. There's the link on the screen, and there is the passcode if you're not already joined up. It's free to join, of course. We are 10 games in now, so try and catch up. Or as always as well, leave your predictions as a comment, because we love reading your predictions prior to the weekend as well. See how it compares to us. Now, Nathan, before we go, is there anything you'd like to add?
Another managerial sacking. Who's next to go?
Maybe Ollie, maybe Ranieri, perhaps. I don't know. Can Fakwa keep hold of his job?
You mean Daniel Farke?
Yeah, even.
Well, it'd be a miracle for Delia to sack him, let's just say. But for me, Ollie has the most ridiculous job security in the world, which is absolutely crazy to think. So I'm going to go Claudio Ranieri.
Already?
Yeah.
Maybe they could have 3 or 4 managers this season. What about vlogs, Nathan? What's coming up this week?
Got 4 vlogs in a row coming out. Tomorrow night, QPR at home. I don't know when this is going out.
Actually.
Yeah, Wednesday night that'll be. And then Saturday night, Huddersfield at home. And then after that, we got 2 Wales games. One of them is against Belarus at home, and then the second one, the absolutely massive game against Belgium. Make sure you check it out in the description below, guys.
Yeah, and that game's probably going to be a sellout at the Cardiff City Stadium.
Both are sellouts now, which is good.
Brilliant, superb. Thanks as always for watching us, joining in, getting your predictions in as well. Looking at the stats on YouTube at the moment, it's absolutely phenomenal. So can't thank you enough for that. If there's nothing else you'd like to add, Nathan, then we're going to bid everyone farewell. Enjoy the football over the weekend. International break coming up, so maybe I'll put out a little bit of different content over the next week or so. But thanks as always. Remember your predictions, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.